To island trip, text trip, only 2 on my climbers beach. Oh yeah, full of tender girls, yes. We are like I love flying to Hawaii like it's close to me. Got 5 hours to the land with an ocean breeze. See nigga views, good flow, and the woman tender. Bay Area islands with a culture blender.
Tell me something about the water.
It is oh so tender.
Are there beaches everywhere?
Take a drive and end up on the side of the road. Stop it is a must. Take a list.
Hello. Apologies. I'm trying to quench my thirst through soda. I should drink water. It's not working. Welcome to the Mrs. Best Reviews channel. I am Mrs. Best. We have James from the Watchyomouthreviews channel here. I'm so happy he's here. We are glad to see him. We're going to hop into the Basketball Wives LA Season 11, Episode 3 recap. And before we do that, I'm going to announce some things. There are going to be some changes. We have a lot of shows that we're going to take on. James is about to take on 5 different new shows, basically, in total, that I help with recapping. In addition to that, I have some winter shows that are going to be coming back as well. So I will still recap Basketball Wives LA, but it's not going to be as frequent or with James, because we're going to replace this time slot to recap the Housewives of Beverly Hills, because I'm a super fan of the Housewives of Beverly Hills, and I'm going to make that important. And Basketball Wives LA is not getting too many views. You know, I know you guys are tired of these OGs, and there's only so much to discuss about people that you've seen on TV doing the exact same things without change for over a decade. So I hope everyone tunes in to watch those shows. You can catch me on his channel. Subscribe to his channel. We'll be discussing Married to Medicine, House of Villains, Housewives of Potomac, Bell Collective. It's a lot. So we want to do that. I will happily be on his channel. You can find me there. Anywho, in the meantime, those watching Basketball Wives LA, I'll recap it, but it'll just be me. So it's going to be a little more boring, but you know.
I'll jump in every now and then. I have no problem. So,
he said every
now and then. Let me make sure that I'm a text her and let her know if I'm gonna do the episode, depending on what it looks like.
That honestly, that's fair, because sometimes I feel like I need to look into it. Like this episode was one of those. So jumping into this episode, I feel like they were trying to give the newbies a chance to for us to like see them on the screen, get to know each other, things like that. But they introduced these newbies wrong. And I said it last week, and it's going to come up in this recap. So we see Brittany Renner meeting with Evelyn because they're supposed to be people who've known each other. Evelyn says she reminds of herself. And they get to talking about what happened with Brittany being photographed with Shaq. Brittany explains that, you know, she's seen he was out there. I guess Shaq's a friend. They don't sleep together, none of that. And I'm just in my head, I'm like, I know this girl got a book about sleeping with a bunch of people, but why does she have to explain herself to you, Evelyn? That's not your ex. That's not your man. Shawnee did not care. This should not still be a conversation. Right?
It just makes me feel like I just don't understand. I think because she got boo-bopped in her head by Tammy for not saying something right away, maybe that's what she's doing. I don't know, but I'm just
you
like,
said it's the Tammy effect. Okay,
I don't know, because to me it was stupid. It was like, first of all, Shawnee married to a whole nother man.
Mm-hmm.
Shaq is moved on.
Yeah.
So what?
I just hate that, because just because people have children together, I think that it's important, if you know the person, to be respectful to your friend and the parent of their child. But being respectful doesn't mean jumping into people's business. And Evelyn just does not seem to do that. Evelyn goes as far as saying in her confessional, you know, I want to give Brittany a chance. I thought she reminded you of you. Now, suddenly, because she's photographed with Shaq not doing anything, you need to see if you have to give her a chance. Why? Shaq is single. This is not, if the baby mama ain't tripping, why are you? So I don't know. Brittany explained
I feel like she was trying to plant a seed there.
Yeah. It didn't stick. She was definitely trying to be messy. Like Ev's trying to be messy, is still saying messy Ev, but she's trying to go about it in different ways, obviously. Anywho, moving on, because not much happened with that, y'all. So we're gonna skip through to Vanessa calling her friend Amy. And her friend Amy is the baby mama that Evelyn and them are supposed to, Carl, I think it's Carl Crawford, Carl, Evelyn, and Amy, they have children together or whatever the hell. There's peace between Evelyn, Carl, and Amy. There's no baby mama drama because if y'all both don't want the man, why y'all beefing? I'm just saying. So when she talks to Amy, basically Vanessa explains the whole situation, and Amy's like, well, there's no beef between us all. Everything is good. So she's like, you can, settle down, Tiger. And Vanessa is just now suddenly saying that she can be cool. So I'm not going to say too much about her little conversation, but I'm just like, what I will say is I find it weird because if I'm not just going to see an ex of my friends or someone who used to date an ex or whatever the hell and go in like that, I'm going to at least talk to my friend. If you're as close to this woman as you say, Vanessa, why did you not know that she had peace with Evelyn?
Because to me, and I'm going to say this, because when I was looking at that scene, I was like, see, this was your projection because you're really mad at your man and you mad at whoever he cheated with. And since Evelyn is the representation of getting in relationships with men who have had a woman, i.e. Carl in this Amy situation, which we still don't have context on what that relationship was like with Carl and Amy, because one, Amy wasn't his wife. So we need to put that out there now. So we don't know why, if someone who was not his wife, why would you feel like that was someone taking another man from another woman? And I tell people all the time, unless you have legal binding paperwork that you and this man are together, that man is single and up for grabs. Sorry. Now, some people might not agree with the whole stigma of, well, no, because if he's in a relationship, a committed relationship, he should be with me. No. If that man can be taken from you, then he was never yours to begin with.
Yeah, the man belongs to you fully. I think what he's saying is he's not yours till you sign the dotted line. Exactly. And there really is a dotted line.
There is a dotted line. There's a dotted line. It's called that if your ass go into a coma, I make the decision whether or not you live or die.
And this is why I know women are emotional and stuff, and one thing leads to another. You say you're in love, you have the baby, thinking you'll get married, but if that man wanted to marry you, you'd be married. That's how I'm going to put it. But it basically, those two, I'm over Vanessa.
Yeah, me too. Because I thought, and you know what's crazy is I wanted to like her. I did. I wanted to like her because she seems like she's likable. But this made her look tasteless, tacky, and it was not a good fit. And I hate I have to defend Evelyn. I do. I hate that. But
it is what it is.
Yeah,
so moving along, one of the next things we see that I guess is supposed to be interesting was Jackie and Jennifer meet. Listen, these old hags get on my last fucking nerve.
I mean, Jackie say that again, Fred.
Jackie was hollering last season and the whole time, I'll show you Deluxe, bitch. and Jen is serving paperwork, legal documents to Jackie at the reunion, cease and desist and stuff. Now, these two ladies is meeting for lunch. Like everything's all right. And I just don't like that. So Jen gives Jackie a peace drink, talking about she got a gift for her. And I'm just like in my head, like, this is not a gift. It looks like a $5 beverage you bought from your local Whole Foods or Trader Joe. Like, this is not a gift. Peaceful? They put shit like that on beverages to get people to buy it. If the Jen saw it and bought it, I feel like that's how she picked out her boyfriend too. Like, because it just doesn't make any sense. James is just dying laughing. I can't.
Because you crazy. But no, no, you have a point. I feel like she does that too. I feel like if a drink said peace on it and you thought well up in your brain to give it to Jackie, well, you know Jackie is unhinged. Like I don't know what you thought that was gonna do. Like, that was crazy to me, and I laughed as soon as I saw that because I was like, "Jid, I get you were trying to be funny and with a slight bit of shade. I get that, but that was stupid.
Stop with the props. I'm so tired of people on reality TV.
Oh, what is wrong with y'all?
Because in real life, like if I got a problem with a bitch, I'm either gonna ignore her and not respond too much if I think she's crazy or I feel like a bully, or I'm just not gonna.
I think it's different with coworkers because at some point I know I'm gonna see you, so I'm gonna try to avoid you. Yes, you can come to my events. Yes, you can use my bathroom. Just don't go on my refrigerator. That's how I am. Like if I know I got to deal with you to a certain degree, that my money is tied into you some type of way. Yes, I'm going to invite you in my house. Yes, you can use my restroom, but don't go on my refrigerator. Whatever is on the table is yours to grab, but do not cross any boundaries with me. That's how I am. A lot of people don't operate like me, and I get that because you have to understand something. Money
What you
comes
mean?
and goes.
Nobody should be coming to your house just open the refrigerators.
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is like if I don't want to deal with somebody. See,
Yeah.
me and you are two different people. See, I could deal with somebody when it comes to my money. Like I could deal with anybody. We just gonna have to learn how to maneuver around each other. Because see, what's going to end up happening is when you see water on the floor, the intention is you're gonna slip and fall.
I can't stay with you, James. So through this stupid meeting, he's making me laugh. I'm choking on the live, y'all. I was not expecting to giggle this hard. Following this bullshit ass meeting with Jackie and Jim, we see that they're trying to catch up with each other, update things that people do. I cannot take Jennifer Williams seriously. She proceeds to say she's dating a man. He's younger. Jackie's like, how old is he? She's like, he's getting ready to turn 30. So I was like, nah. If somebody's like 29, 28, you're going to say their age. But Jen said, getting ready to turn 30. Now, where the hell was Jen's antennas when it came time to understand that she was basically committing a crime? Listen, if we backwards the timeline to this man is 29, let's backwards the timeline to like 10 to 12 years. Jen is still a very mature adult. This man was underage. So, Jennifer, baby, what the hell are you doing with this boy?
So this ain't my channel, so I don't have to watch my mouth. She asked it way too nice. No, Jennifer, what the fuck are you doing with this little boy? Because it doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. First of all, what in the fuck do y'all have in common?
She says they're best friends.
What common ground would your almost 50-year-old ass have with this little ass boy? Please explain this to me, because on YouTube, it's confusing. We see him driving your Rolls Royce. We see that shit still pisses me off. I don't know. It's something about that just pisses me off, because it's obvious that this is a meal ticket. Yeah. But you want to put it in our face as if this is the one. I told Mrs. Best on our sidebars, this is for maintenance. This is for maintenance. This is the oil change and replace the fluids. This is for maintenance. Because you cannot tell me, I'm sorry. That is just like us dating a 16-year-old. It's illegal. And what the hell are we going to do?
It's illegal in some states.
In some states, yeah.
A lot of these.
What the hell are we going to do? What common ground do it? They don't have the same worth ethic what we have at this point in life. They don't have any life experience that surpasses our life experience. They're immature and still learning and developing in their mind. And it's like, and this is who you said yes to an engagement to. You can't tell me it's not about the maintenance, oil changes, and replace the fluids. You cannot. And for those of y'all who do not understand what that means, just think about it.
I love it. Just think of it. I just know that Jennifer needs to think of it. She's so concerned with people. You can tell, like she's saying, yeah, he's younger, but I've never felt so fulfilled and all this other stuff. Jen, so you're so concerned with how we're looking at the fact that he's young, but you're not concerned about how we're looking at you, because we looking at you like, are you trying to groom this boy? What the hell are you doing?
No, and
No, I
also
know
to
that
add
she's
to that.
probably not, but I'm like, she's
No,
so
no, 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 no.
concerned.
She is. No, I'm agreeing with you. But what I'm saying is the fact that her words were, "I've never felt so fulfilled." What part of that man makes you feel so fulfilled that you can't even bring that to yourself? Because you have said this before.
She has.
You have said this before. And see, and this is the thing. The problem that I have is that you have a pattern of getting men that either disrespect you or take from you in the worst ways possible. And it's starting to get to a point where like we worry about you. And that's why I said I need to see I almost want to watch her documentary if it ever does happen, because I need to know what that relationship was like with that dad, with her father. Because something just tells me
She not gonna tell us that. She gonna tell us how the man scammed her out of a Range Rover, as she calls it, and leave it there. She not gonna tell nobody that
so
person.
that's what I'm saying. So we're gonna let this man, we're gonna watch this man scam you out your Rolls Royce that he has all over his YouTube channel. I mean, y'all can go. I'm not, and for those viewers who question why now this is not hate. You can literally go on his channel right now and see him driving her Rolls Royce. It's not his, and I know it's not his because I saw that same Rolls Royce back out of a trailer when she first got it. That's when the man stole her Range Rover. So come on, I'm not going to play with y'all. That is her Rolls Royce.
And
She
this
also
is why
drove it.
the court was not like fully filling Jen, because it's like after your supposed vehicle is stolen, you decide to go by letting your man drive it. Now you decide to go let this new guy drive it who's 10 times younger. I hope her insurance companies watch it because you have to get luxury car insurance. So I hope that there's somebody working for, the policy to claim wherever you at is watching. Please make her add him to the insurance because I know she can't afford it. We're gonna move it along. I'm tired of Jen and this man. I don't care for the relationship. With Jen, I'll believe that she's in love once I've seen her married for 7 years to the same person. That's when I'll believe that she's met someone we could trust, because I can't keep going through this roller coaster. And he's looking at me like I'm mean, but like when you got history is dude after dude after dude after dude after dude.
No. It's not dude after dude after dude. It's Tim Norman, the dude who stole the Range Rover. And then we got this one that's driving her Rolls Royce on his YouTube channel, mind you.
If I had a Rolls Royce, I wouldn't even let Oso Best drive it. The man drives reckless. I'm trying to tell you right now, I wouldn't even let him drive. Listen, I got a Rolls Royce. My mama can't drive it. I love you, Dad, but he can't drive it. If I got a Rolls Royce, I don't even want y'all to look at it.
Y'all just said a Rolls Royce costs $332,000.
Makes no
for
sense.
a brand new one. $332,000. The last thing I want is someone else to showcase it as if it's theirs. That's the last thing, because I work hard for my stuff. So yeah, no, not to say Jennifer. We'll see. Well, I don't know. Well, yeah, she worked hard. I ain't gonna do Jennifer.
Jennifer works hard, and then she acts like she doesn't have to work hard. Listen, the boy shouldn't be driving that car. Anywho, moving along. We see Brooke Bailey. I see people commenting, welcome XO Vodka. We do have an artist reaction video that's going to be dropping after these lives today, where you can watch us react to XO Vodka's music. XO Vodka actually commented saying, I'll be happy with my Rolls Royce Hot Wheels car. Not the Hot Wheels.
You ain't never lie.
You ain't never lie.
Okay, that's all I can afford right now. So yeah,
what you can get. No, so Jen is the best. I think we could agree just with her choices of men. So the next thing we see is Brooke Bailey. For those who do not know, she's an OG of the cast as well. Her daughter Kayla recently passed away in a car crash. So condolences to her and her family. I'm glad to see her open up a little bit about it, but I always feel kind of weird watching it because I'm like, we as viewers don't mind if you take time, take space, give these people, I don't know, some bereavement pay, some something. But basically, we see her and her dad speaking about the loss of the daughter. And I'm not going to comment too much. I'm just going to say the B3ST and Watchyomouthreviews offers condolences to her family because, once they gone, let them rest, right? So moving along, we see Jacille, who is dating a woman who's in the WNBA. She's from Mississippi. And we see her meet with Brittany Renner. When they meet together, we hear that Brittany's prepping to see her kids. She's got all this extra shit going on with her custody battles. And I'm just kind of like, I hate people who do this. Like, y'all doing the most for this child. Like, your child gonna turn 18 one day. Y'all gonna have to interact one day. It's like, just get over it. It's not that deep. But, well, it is that deep. But to bring your kid in it, it's not that deep. So basically, Vanessa and Clayana come. When Clayana, she was just literally put on our screen. Like, if I had the little effect thingy, which I did order, I am ordering a soundboard. But if I had the little effects thingy, like Clayana is just the like a drop hit in the water. Like, I don't know where she came from, but she's here. So we see all the new girls meet basically, and then we learn about all of their backgrounds. We knew about all of the girls, so I'm not going to go over everyone's background, but we do learn that Clayana has a degree in psychology, like me. And so she has some other degrees. So she was a businesswoman. She said she got pregnant by a basketball player, and now that's that. She's trying to get back to herself. Basically, these ladies just kind of meet together. They try to say that they're going to stick together, all of this type of shit. And Brittany says that she's going to have an ice skating event. Why would you? Why did she invite this group of women to do ice skating? I just don't feel. That's just a strange activity.
I feel like that's just random. I'm like, an ice skating. Maybe she is a figure skater. Who knows?
Listen. It doesn't make sense.
It just doesn't make sense. Like, to me, you was better off just renting out an Airbnb, having some entrees, and
get them drinks and charcuterie. Yeah. You just don't want to exercise.
Okay.
Anywho, they do make the comment that their event, their meeting went peaceful. And Brittany's like, well, it's because the OG's not there. Honestly, them OGs are hella messy. So I fully get that. I'm just like, good luck with your event. So we didn't see Evelyn and Vanessa meet, which I know a lot of people were waiting on. And Basketball Wives has a habit of doing this. And this is why sometimes we feel like this is over-scripted and this and that. Because after all of that, Evelyn says that she wished Vanessa would have spoke to her first after she just ran out of the room going off. And then Vanessa says that she could not get the info out to address in front of all the people because of all the extraness, and she wanted to address it privately, which is true. It did go around and play telephone, but if you didn't tell a bunch of people outside of the source, then that telephone analogy would not apply. Like, just say what you feel and mean what you say. It's right. Really, it's that simple. It's not that deep. So this meeting goes in the right direction. We know that the meeting ends in peace, right? However, I felt like it was very strange that after attacking this woman for being a homewrecker, you're explaining where it came from, which I'm like, okay, that's nice, but you just attacked this woman. I really don't think she give a damn. Honestly, we don't. You can't attack every single person or thing that makes you feel triggered. You just cannot do that. It's not realistic. It's not fair.
Not only is it not realistic, but then it's also inauthentic, because the problem isn't really them. The problem is you and your own personal situation that you can get out of if you wanted to. So that's what makes it inauthentic. And I think that that's why I really can't fool with Vanessa. Like I told you, I wanted to, because I'm like, yeah, you calling Evan now. So, I mean, it was bound to happen. But the problem is like, you're not calling her out in authenticity. You're calling her out because you have a vendetta against women who have done this with your husband, and that's not fair to her because she did not personally sleep with your husband, so therefore you have no argument.
The other thing too is you don't go trying to handle the business of somebody else's household, and that's what she was trying to do, even though she's claiming she was triggered. Listen, my friends, any of their spouses, if they used to do the most, I'm going to be there for my friend, but I'm not about to be attacking their spouse and going off and all this other stuff on bitches that I see from them. That's too much.
Or even if it's not even going off on their spouses, it's going off on someone who you know is with their spouse or used to be with their spouse. To me, that's like, it's so what?
It doesn't make sense to do
all that. Once again, Vanessa, that woman was not his wife. Now, if it was his former wife, his ex-wife, then we would be having a whole different conversation.
Yep. And above all that, it ain't your man, not your business. Vanessa
Right.
just needs to understand that. But she does express, we learned that she miscarried as a result of the stress of some woman that her husband cheated on her with, threatening to make public certain things. So to me, I don't know why she stayed with that man. Maybe it's just for the kids, because she's obviously still angry, and she has a right to be. That's a big deal. It caused her to lose a child. She says that she was able to get pregnant again, but I don't know. I just think that she needs therapy. Either
She
choose to
reminds
forgive
me.
your man and move on, or leave him and shut up about it. But either way, I
She
don't want to
reminds
keep
me of Robin Dixon from Real Housewives of Potomac. I will be recapping that on my show, and I do not like Robin Dixon,
Nobody does.
so I don't even know how the hell she lasted this long. I don't know what she got on Bravo, but yes, Vanessa reminds me of Robin Dixon. That man feels indebted to you because you stuck around through all that bullshit,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't want to leave because you feel stupid at the end of the day if you do. But to realize that the problem is you look even more stupid by staying. So I would rather look stupid and leave and lose out on what was probably never mine to begin with than to be stupid in it and continue to get hurt.
Yeah. I hate when people settle. You don't have to settle. Either way, that's pretty much all we see. Those two make peace. So the next thing we see is Jen, Jackie, and Brooke to go shopping. And Jen and Brooke speak about how Jackie went ghost after her daughter passed. And Jackie explains, like, I haven't grieved my mom, this and that. You know, I don't. All somebody could do is say, my condolences. Not everybody is comfortable dealing with people in pain. So I don't fault Jackie. I don't fault Brooke, but they basically make peace. But my thing that was weird is Brooke's like, I would have expected more. And I hate to speak on this, but I have to say it because it's something that I pointed out. And I want to know you guys' opinions, see if you noticed it. Brooke is upset because her and Jackie were supposed to be close. And she felt like Jackie did not reach out to her about her child. But Jackie also expresses in their conversation that she had never even met her daughter. So I'm like, if you had never met her child, then were you really that close? Because I can tell you this right now. The people I'm close to, I know they're fucking kids if they have kids, even if they're older. And if they don't have kids, I know who their family is, how to spot them out, even if I've never met them. So it's just very strange to me that that's the case. And I'm really hoping that that wasn't like thrown into here as like a, you know, how they try to birth storylines and stuff, because we need to let the people who's passed on rest now. Don't be using that girl's name for storylines and stuff, because from what I'm getting, they not that damn close. So, yeah, that's just what I got.
I felt two different ways about this. I felt two different ways because I understood what Jackie was saying. I did. Like, I never met your child, but that still doesn't mean that you neglect the condolences. That still doesn't mean that that was really your friend. You still would at least have offered that and maybe, you know, buy her some roses or something and a nice card to say, you know, hey,
All she had to
at least show
do
sentiment
is
in your-
say, my condolences. And that's it. But Brooke saying she expected more. For, like, it did, like, so I'm just kind of like,
And this is where I'm conflicted because
yeah.
Brooke, there's a daughter that Jackie has that you haven't met.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same thing. It's like if she were to lose a, God forbid, because I would hate that for Jackie, but if she were to lose that daughter, would you have did that same thing where you're like, well, I didn't even meet her, so I can't really offer anything? Like, it's a catch-22. Like, it's the same. They're literally, it's the same thing. So I was like, I'm conflicted with Jackie because I understood where she was coming from, but at the same time, none of these basketball wives have met the one daughter that you act like you don't have. So it's like, hey.
Either way, I think when it comes to these women and their kids and stuff, I just wish, especially for the basketball wives cast, like, just keep your kids to yourself. We don't need to hear you talk about them on camera. I'm tired of it because it always turns into either all we hear them do is talk about, oh, my co-parenting's so hard, or all we hear is, and I don't like that this person said this or insinuated that. I'm like, can y'all reality people, can y'all, in the words of James, y'all call centers for these shows, can you start making these people like sign clauses that say don't bring up nobody kid in the argument, don't talk about nobody's parenting, don't, you know, mention any of it? Because I just feel like you can't really win arguments or disagreements with people when it comes to bringing up their loved ones. Because I know this for mine, my husband, siblings, family, friends, like I'll check them privately, but publicly, I'm gonna get on your ass for them. So I know a lot of people think that way. And it's just like for reality TV, it's like it starts to get repetitive. So they need to figure that out. To all the call centers. We gonna thank James Jackson. You heard call center from him first. I'm gonna say that shit over and over now. We ain't trying to get listen. Anybody steals it, y'all better send him his check to get your permissions. He sued that. Anywho, moving it along. I am so tired, y'all. So I am getting a little bit goofier. I'm sleepy. It's been a lot of graduations and papers and events. And I'm tired. James woke me up actually. Moving it along, we see that the ice skating event is here, and I was cracking up. It looked like they went to the Oakland Ice Arena. If you in the Bay Area, you know what I'm talking about. Because
is that still open?
It is. It is.
So, y'all, I don't have very many memories of that particularly. I've been there a few times as a kid. But oh my God, someone had brought up and I hate to go to a rabbit hole. But someone had brought up, on Mission, how we had that roller rink. I don't know if you ever were around for it, but we used to have a roller rink in Hayward off of Mission, and it closed down maybe, I want to say when I was in 8th grade. So this was about 2004-ish.
Oh yeah, I was still an Oakland child.
Yeah, and I remember that used to be the spot, and it used to be every kid would go there. Like it was just something like you had to have been there. And it used to be a bowling alley across the street, and we used to go there all the time. So this kind of reminded me of that area, and I was like, see, LA still has that charm about it where it's old but good. Like you
like
can always remember it. Yeah,
I like that. Like they progress, they move, they adopt change, but there's still that like nostalgia.
They still kept the character of LA, even though they modernized a lot of it. But LA still has a lot of character, and yeah, I don't know where I would love to see that place live. I'm gonna have to figure out where they were.
Well, I see the little regular rink, and I'm like, okay, this could be fun, but ice skating is one of those things that's not the easiest thing to do. And when you fall, it doesn't just hurt, it's cold. And if you know what it's like to hurt yourself when it's cold, it hurts more. So I didn't blame certain people for not wanting to, skate around, but everyone gets there. And I thought it was the funniest thing because everybody is meeting up saying hello to each other, right? And the edits in the scene were chopped up and fucked up. Do better. But because I didn't realize till I was taking notes that I was like, wait, they should have showed this after that. But they showed this and then went back. Like, what are they doing? But it is what it is. It was funny as hell because they was filming the ladies talking, and all you see is Jackie holding the roller lady, like having her own session. Like, I'm gonna figure this out because y'all know if Jackie fall, it's not gonna be good. Listen, and I'm not even throwing shade. I'm just saying, like, as people grow older, like if I fall the other day, I tripped in my house. We got hardwood floors in this bitch. My landlord won't be fancy. That shit hurt. Okay. So the older you get, you don't want to be falling. That doesn't just apply to them people from the help by falling. I can't get up commercials. Like, no, we talking the older you get, things just don't stay together as much as they used to.
That's a Life Alert commercial, girl.
When that Life Alert commercial comes on, my husband always laughs, and I'm like, you are going to hell, and we may not have kids, okay? We may need that damn button. I'm just... Oh,
you stupid. I am not doing this for her today.
If I don't have kids, who gonna take care of me?
For her and Mr. Oh So Best over there. I am not doing this with y'all.
We gonna have a button, but his ass laughs every time that commercial comes on, and I'm just like, that's gonna be our car.
That shit ain't funny. No, people really do be falling though. Like that's just...
I know my Nana has a button, so I'm not even trying to be funny, y'all. Like my Nana has a button. She does. Shout out to my Nana. I love you.
Yeah, I'm still about to fall over.
I'm not doing these no more time. I'm gonna get coffee. So where the hell was we? They're ice skating around. Jackie is holding on to the skate instructor for dear life, looking her straight into the eyes. I mean, you could tell Jackie just did not want to fall and wanted to learn. But you know what I like about Jackie that I've always liked? Every group event, every activity, doesn't matter what it is. Mind you, Jackie Christie does have money, you guys. She's not suffering. She ain't let that money get to her head in certain areas. She will try the activity. She will jump into it with people. And that's why we like to watch Jackie on TV. They're over there starting shit. And Jackie's over there holding on to the ice rink instructor, trying to figure out how to how to tread ice. You know, she's like, you're here for the activity, I'm gonna do the activity. So I thought that was funny. So then we see a random edit where Brooke sits and basically says bitches on thin ice and stuff about something cracking and all this extra stuff. And I'm just like, this is just very strange, the edits. Because then the edit goes to Jennifer and Brooke speaking basically about the ladies. They don't really have too much bad to say about anybody, but I did laugh because they were like, Clayana, she just popped up. She just appeared. I said,
yes, she did. Yeah.
So I guess it wasn't just the fans who are like.
So that's where this is where I get to call out Shawnee and VH1 Call Center. Because it was like, why impress this lady on us if we're not gonna get no backstory, we not gonna get no like introduction to her, and then when we get the introduction, we don't even care because we're on episode 3, and y'all felt like now would be the perfect time to give her some context. Like, it was crazy to me. Like, why not hold off on introducing her and keeping her scenes and wait until like episode 5 and say, and so she could give her introduction? Because then I would have been more invested in wanting to know her. To me, she's just like a friend of that's just there. That's just what it looks like.
I agree. And it looks like the ladies agree too. And they got to figure out status, all of that, because people like Evelyn, Jennifer, they're not going to want to or always be okay getting to know these newer generation people coming on the show. And the reason I say that is because it's kind of diluted the industry. And the reason I say that is you don't need to be talented to make an album anymore. You don't need to be famous for relevant things before you end up on TV anymore. You can just be popular on social media. A good example of that is Fat Boy and his wife Tiana from With Me and James Recap Couples Retreat. He's just somebody who got popular on social media in recent times, but it's like, that doesn't mean we just throw them on TV so soon. So I don't fucking know. But I feel like they shouldn't be mixing certain people with certain people. But they talk and they don't have too much negative to say. So the group comes back from ice skating, and then Vanessa announces that she and Evelyn are good. And while she's announcing this, if you peep, Brittany's having her little drinks and is in the corner, and she starts to make faces. So first it's like just a blank stare. And I'm like, is she staring her down, or is this just a drunken stare? Because people, be tripping sometimes when they drink. But then she starts making all these faces and, lifting her lip, making a mug, all this extra stuff. And I'm like, she just seems triggered and bothered by every little thing that Brooke says. Because Brooke asked Vanessa, why do you feel ambushed from before? When Vanessa's like, because I didn't want to discuss my issues with Evelyn amongst the group. And I guess Brittany just felt like she had a right to comment, because she does eventually comment. However, prior to that, the whole group says in front of Clayana, and who are you? She just appeared, right? Everybody says she just appeared. So just James.
Because it was like we can't hide the obvious, but then we don't have to put it out on Front Street either. Like, y'all didn't have to do that, lady.
Why y'all do that girl like that?
Yeah, y'all didn't have to do that, lady, like that. I was like, okay, it's bad enough we feel this. Y'all, that's why I said Shawnee need an ass whoop for this one. Because
she is. Because Jennifer says they don't know. I wrote it down. They said, we don't know who you are or where you came from. To Clayana, this is what they say. And basically, Brittany continues her, like, she starts to comment and respond to Brooke trying to talk about Clayana, the group trying to talk about all these different things. And in my opinion, I know I'm seeing online, people are like, yeah, because Brittany shut them down. don't think anybody shut anybody down.
Anybody down? No.
I feel like Brittany was drunk, and because Brooke was kind of like about her the first meeting in the previous episode, I think she sensed that energy. Hasn't said nothing about it. We also saw Brittany get a call from her mom saying she was finally able to pick up her son, but the baby daddy had her mom go down the street and all this extra stuff to get the little boy, and she was pissed off. So I feel like Brooke irritated her and caught her at the wrong time, and she was already drinking, and it just turned into a bigger thing. Here's the thing, though. We see them having their exchanges, they back and forth. It's not even shade that they're throwing it. They're throwing the sun at each other, and that bitch is dangerous. It's the fucking truth. So everybody separates them and all this stuff. This somehow these two end up trying to speak again, and Brooke gets mad and throws jabs. And Brittany's like, well, your body, your plastic surgery, this and that. So Brooke says that Brittany looks like a little boy. She has the body of a little boy, and that she is a whore, which obviously was not nice. What I will do is just leave my opinions for y'all. Brittany cannot handle her liquor at all, and took out the frustrations from her baby and her dude on the closest person to her. And Brooke, y'all got to stop. Because while you over there with your build a body, I can't authorize or be okay as the head thug in charge of you behaving in this way. You can't talk about nobody's body when you had to buy yours. And that's what you guys have to remember when you get plastic surgery. It's botched.
It's like your ass looks heavy.
Yeah.
And then your shape looks like they took out 4 ribs, and then like your lips look like you got Fix-A-Flat in them, and then like I'm sorry, I cannot. When she was talking about that girl body, I said I know. I didn't just hear that come out your mouth of all people. Because
should have talked about Brittany's wigs because they're questionable as fuck on her head, not her body. I don't think anything's wrong with her body.
She couldn't do that because Brooke has wore some questionable wigs her damn self. So she couldn't have did that. But I don't know what made her go after that little girl body when your body looked like, damn.
And then Brittany is like younger. So.
And that's what I was, and the thing about Brooke is Brooke's body was banging when she was first on season 2 of Basketball Wives. She was beautiful. I don't know if y'all listen to these men. I don't know if y'all like want to stop working, because you still got to work out when you get the BBL. Working out doesn't stop.
Yeah.
Just because you get fat transfer, you still have to work out. So I'm trying to figure out what makes y'all think that this is what we need to do in society. Like, y'all gonna learn them BBLs gonna be the ruin of this world, because it's gonna be some shit that they can't fix.
Yeah.
So y'all better
all I know
guess
is things when that comment was made about looking like a little boy, it triggered Brittany because she threw her tequila in Brooke's face. And I'm gonna just say this, like, I think that's so disrespectful to throw like alcohol. Like, if you throw water or juice in someone's face, fine, but alcohol, shit that's gonna hurt your eye if it hit it, nah, that's a problem. So I felt Brooke when she said in the confessional, I'm gonna get my lick back, because that's me. It's not always getting back in that moment. Like, I'm a Gemini, we are very calculated. But at the same time, we'll come for you unless, you come for us first. And sometimes you can't always get your lick back right there. It's like, oh, okay, there's security here. I'm not going to keep trying to get you because I'm going to be stopped. But I'm going to get you, bitch.
I'm going to crack up if I watch this season and Brooke never gets that lick back.
No, we're going to talk about it because we're going to remember those words from that confessional.
Yes, I know. That's why I said, like, I hope she do, because the worst thing of the worst is that you never get it back. And see, she crazy as hell. See, it couldn't have been me. There's no way you throwing alcohol in my face and I don't get you one way or another. You got to go to the bathroom at some point. You got to go to your car at some point. Mm-hmm. You got to go check out the ice skates at some point.
Listen.
You gonna have to do something where you by yourself at one point, and so do I. When production wrapped this shit up, I would have put a light skin Keisha and followed, and then yeah.
Because here's the thing, Brittany did all of that trying to defend Clayana, right? When Clayana's explaining,
Right, and that's what's so
and I'm
funny.
like, you did all of that for somebody else. You didn't even fight your own fight. So I'm
Well,
just
it's somebody else that nobody else knows. That's
right.
where we're trying to figure out, like,
Nobody.
why. That's like, why would you even think to
They
do
won't
that?
even put her name on the screen. I'm like, did something happen with
And y'all
Clayana?
know how
Because
I feel about that.
when they met for that lunch, they showed Brittany's name on the screen when Brittany spoke. They showed the other girl's name, but when it came to Clayana, there was no name brought up. She was just the person at the lunch. So I don't know if she got beef with the editor, but it is what it is. We will see what happens with this and more next week. I will be recapping this in the morning because we have the Housewives of Beverly Hills premiering tomorrow. And so we will be recapping that on Tuesday in place of this show. So I'm probably going to recap this whenever I wake up. I don't know. I have not gotten the most views. Each view I've gotten for Basketball Wives LA has been just 9 compared to the hundreds that I get for Basketball Wives Orlando and other things. So we'll recap it. It'll be just me. Occasionally James will drop in, but I'm very excited to recap the Housewives of Beverly Hills. I appreciate everybody for watching this recap. That is all that happened in this episode. Feel free to head over to the next live that you see that should say upcoming on the channel for Basketball Wives Orlando, season 1, episode 3. Peace, love, and hair grease. Thank you for watching. Adios.
Thank you.